The moment you truly understand the power of your own mind, you realize that nothing in the world can resist your vision. The universe is not random. It responds with perfect obedience to the thoughts you hold with unwavering clarity and faith. Every leader, every innovator, every pioneer who has changed the course of history began by thinking in a way that aligned with this truth. Think like this to make the world obey. Your vision is not just a concept, it is a law. A law that, when understood and applied, makes circumstances bend, people align, and opportunities flow effortlessly toward your goals. Today, you will learn how to think with precision, confidence, and purpose. How to direct your mental energy so powerfully that your vision becomes irresistible to the world. Remember, the world obeys the mind that knows what it wants and refuses to accept anything less. Your thoughts are commands to the infinite intelligence of life itself. Master this, and you will master the world. Your mind is the most powerful force in the universe, a magnet that draws to itself the very conditions, circumstances, and people that correspond to the thoughts it holds. Many people go through life without understanding this simple yet profound truth, wandering through existence as if the world were random, as if success, opportunity, and influence were matters of chance. But the moment you realize that your mind is not merely a passive observer of life, but an active creator, everything changes. The thoughts you hold with clarity, intensity, and persistence are the invisible seeds that grow into tangible results in your life. When you think with precision and purpose, you send a signal to the universal intelligence, a signal that the universe cannot ignore. It begins to move in harmony with the pattern of your thoughts, creating opportunities, aligning people, and opening doors that otherwise would remain closed. The law is simple, like attracts like. Your mind, like a magnet, will pull into your experience whatever corresponds to the nature and quality of your thoughts. When your vision is clear and definite, when you see your goals as already accomplished in your imagination, you emit a frequency that draws circumstances into perfect alignment with your intent. This is why those who achieve great things are not merely lucky. They think differently, they see differently, and they command reality with the power of their concentrated thought. To use your mind as a magnet, you must first understand that every thought carries weight. A casual, wandering thought is weak, ineffective, and easily overpowered by stronger currents. But a thought that is nurtured with faith, repeated with conviction, and visualized in living detail becomes a force that cannot be ignored. Picture your success vividly in your mind. Feel the reality of it, and allow your imagination to dwell upon it with joy and certainty. As you do this consistently, you will notice that life begins to respond in ways that seem almost miraculous. People, opportunities, and circumstances begin to move toward you naturally, drawn as if by an invisible force. This is not coincidence. It is the law of mental magnetism at work. The universe obeys the mind that knows what it wants and refuses to accept anything less. By treating your thoughts as commands, by holding them firmly in your conscious awareness, and by infusing them with belief and emotional energy, you transform your mind into a powerful magnet. And like all magnets, it will pull toward itself exactly what it is attuned to. There is no limit to what your mind can attract when you align your thinking with your vision. The moment you embrace this truth and think with deliberate, unwavering focus, you step into a realm of power where the world itself begins to obey the clarity and intensity of your thoughts. Belief and faith are the invisible forces that shape reality, the silent powers that govern the unfolding of every event in your life. Most people underestimate the profound influence of belief, treating it as a mere mental habit rather than the very engine that moves the universe to obey their desires. But the truth is simple and magnificent. Whatever you believe with conviction, your mind accepts as real, and your subconscious mind, which governs all of life, begins to act upon it. Faith is not blind hope. It is the certainty that the unseen forces of life will respond to your inner convictions. When you hold a belief firmly and consistently, it becomes a directive to the infinite intelligence of the universe, a command that is always answered. Consider for a moment the lives of great men and women who have shaped history. Their achievements were never accidents. They believed so completely in the possibility of their vision that the world, in its own way, was compelled to align with their faith. The universe does not argue with conviction, it responds to it. This is why faith is so essential to your ability to make the world obey your vision. When you believe fully in your goals, when you feel in your heart that they are not just possible but inevitable, your subconscious mind goes to work behind the scenes, orchestrating events, drawing the right people into your life, and arranging circumstances in perfect harmony with your belief. Doubt, hesitation, and uncertainty, on the other hand, act like brakes, slowing or even stopping the natural flow of creative intelligence. They send conflicting signals to the subconscious, leaving it confused and ineffective. But belief, unwavering and pure, is like a clear, powerful command that sets the wheels of manifestation in motion. To cultivate this faith, you must repeatedly impress upon your mind the reality of your desires. Visualize them as already accomplished, speak them with confidence, and feel the deep certainty that they are yours. As you do this, you are training your mind to accept nothing less than the full expression of your vision. Faith also acts as a shield, protecting your mind from the influences of fear, negativity, and external doubt. When you believe in your inner power and in the ability of the universe to respond to your thought, nothing can shake your resolve. The law is unchanging. The universe answers belief with corresponding reality. The stronger your conviction, the more immediate and tangible the results. Your mind is constantly broadcasting instructions to the infinite intelligence, and belief is the energy that empowers these instructions to create visible outcomes. By embracing this truth and cultivating unwavering faith, you transform yourself into a living magnet for your desires. The world begins to bend to your vision, circumstances fall into place, and opportunities flow naturally because belief is not passive, it is active, dynamic, and irresistible. Faith makes the invisible visible, the impossible possible, and the unattainable inevitable. Aligning your subconscious mind with your conscious goals is the secret that transforms ordinary thinking into extraordinary results. The conscious mind is like the architect of your life. It conceives ideas, sets intentions, and forms plans, but the subconscious is the builder, the invisible force that brings those plans into physical reality. Without alignment, the conscious mind may dream, but the subconscious will act according to its own habitual patterns, often sabotaging your efforts without your awareness. The key, therefore, is to bring the conscious and subconscious into perfect harmony, so that every thought, belief, and intention resonates in unison, creating an unstoppable momentum toward your goals. Your subconscious mind does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It accepts what you impress upon it as true and works tirelessly to manifest it. This means that your conscious thoughts, when repeated, vividly imagined, and emotionally charged, become commands that the subconscious cannot resist. By deliberately feeding it with clear goals and positive affirmations, you transform your subconscious into a powerful ally that works ceaselessly on your behalf. Misalignment, on the other hand, breeds frustration. Many people consciously desire success, health, or wealth, yet their subconscious carries doubts, fears, or old limiting beliefs. This internal conflict creates resistance, slowing progress and making results inconsistent. True mastery comes when you understand that your subconscious is obedient to whatever it accepts as fact. By continually impressing upon it the certainty of your goals, you condition it to act in ways that support and accelerate their realization. Visualization, affirmation, and emotional involvement are the tools of this alignment. When you picture your goals as already achieved, speak affirmations with conviction, and feel the joy and certainty of accomplishment, you are effectively programming your subconscious to take the necessary steps to bring your vision into reality. Every action you take, every opportunity you recognize, and every decision you make begins to flow naturally from this inner alignment. Furthermore, alignment allows you to harness the immense creative power of the universe. The subconscious is the conduit through which infinite intelligence communicates, providing insights, ideas, and solutions that seem to come from nowhere. When conscious and subconscious minds work together, these insights appear at exactly the right time, guiding you toward your desired outcome. The world responds not to random thoughts, but to the harmonized energy of a mind that is focused, confident, and unwavering. As you continue to align your subconscious with your conscious intentions, you notice that obstacles diminish, coincidences multiply, and circumstances begin to favor your vision. This is not luck, it is the natural outcome of a mind operating in perfect unity with itself and the universal laws. Alignment transforms mere desire into manifestation, turning dreams into living reality and making your vision inevitable. The conscious mind sets the goal, the subconscious provides the force, and together they create a life that reflects your highest intentions. Focused imagination is one of the most powerful tools you possess, for it shapes your reality in ways that most people fail to recognize. The mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is actually real. It responds to the images, feelings, and beliefs you hold with intensity. When your imagination is focused, disciplined, and directed toward a clear vision, it becomes a creative force that influences circumstances, attracts opportunities, and compels cooperation from the world around you. Many people drift through life allowing their minds to wander, filling them with doubts, fears, and scattered thoughts that produce nothing but confusion and stagnation. But when you train your imagination to dwell on your goals, to picture them as already accomplished, and to feel the satisfaction of their realization, you send a powerful signal to your subconscious mind. The subconscious accepts these images as reality and begins to orchestrate events, people, and situations that correspond to the pattern you have created in your mind. Focused imagination is not mere daydreaming, it is deliberate, intentional, and emotionally charged thought. Every great inventor, leader, or visionary has understood this law, seeing their creation clearly in the mind before it appeared in the world. Your imagination, when disciplined, acts as a magnet, drawing toward you the people, circumstances, and solutions that are in harmony with your vision. It also energizes your conscious mind, inspiring action and decision-making that is consistent with your goals. Without this focus, even the most brilliant ideas remain dormant, trapped in the realm of possibility. But when imagination is used consciously, it transforms abstract ideas into living reality. Moreover, focused imagination shields you from negativity, fear, and doubt. By concentrating on the desired outcome rather than the obstacles, you cultivate a mental environment in which your goals can flourish. The world, both visible and invisible, responds not to scattered or wishful thoughts, but to concentrated, persistent mental imagery. By visualizing success with clarity and feeling it as real, you begin to influence events and people in subtle yet undeniable ways. The law is unchanging. The mind that sees, feels, and believes with unwavering focus inevitably manifests its vision. Focused imagination turns your inner world into a blueprint for your outer world, ensuring that what you conceive with clarity, faith, and emotional intensity becomes the reality you experience. Fear and doubt are the greatest obstacles to achieving your vision, for they act as invisible chains that block the natural flow of creative intelligence. When the mind dwells on worry, uncertainty, or hesitation, it sends conflicting signals to the subconscious, which then becomes confused and ineffective. The subconscious mind cannot differentiate between constructive and destructive thoughts. It acts upon whatever is impressed upon it. This is why it is essential to consciously release fear and doubt, replacing them with faith, clarity, and confident expectation. When you do this, you allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to operate unhindered, bringing into your life the circumstances, people, and opportunities that correspond to your highest intentions. Fear shrinks the mind, narrows perception, and limits the scope of imagination. Doubt weakens belief and delays the manifestation of your goals. But when you choose to focus on what you desire rather than what you fear, your mind becomes a powerful instrument of creation. The process begins with awareness, recognizing when fear or doubt arises and consciously refusing to entertain it. Then, you replace these negative impulses with positive affirmations, vivid mental images of success, and the feeling of certainty that your vision is already in motion. As you practice this consistently, the subconscious mind accepts your new mental impressions as reality and begins to orchestrate the unfolding of events in perfect harmony with your desires. This is not wishful thinking, it is a law of mind. The universe responds to clarity, confidence, and emotional conviction, moving in ways that make your vision inevitable. Every obstacle can be overcome when you refuse to give it power through fear. Every challenge becomes an opportunity when your mind is steadfast, focused, and unshakable in belief. As your fear diminishes and doubt fades, you notice a shift in your environment. People align themselves with your purpose, doors open that were once closed, and solutions appear effortlessly. The world obeys the mind that knows what it wants and refuses to accept anything less. By consistently choosing faith over fear and certainty over doubt, you transform your mental state into a magnet for success. Your vision begins to manifest not by chance, but through the natural response of the universe to your focused, fearless thought. The moment you release all limiting beliefs and cultivate unwavering confidence, the path to your goals becomes clear, and the world moves in rhythm with your intentions. Consistent, positive mental imagery is the key that transforms vision into reality, for the mind responds most powerfully to repeated, vivid impressions. Every thought, every mental picture carries energy, and when you focus daily on constructive, success-oriented images, you are training your subconscious to act in alignment with your highest goals. The subconscious mind does not question or analyze, it simply accepts what is impressed upon it as truth. This is why repetition, clarity, and emotional involvement are so vital. When you see yourself already living the life you desire, achieving your goals and experiencing success, your subconscious begins to organize circumstances and attract the people and opportunities necessary to make that vision real. Many people fail to realize the importance of persistence in mental imagery. They may imagine their goals occasionally or with doubt, and because these images are inconsistent, the subconscious receives mixed signals, producing little or no tangible result. But when you consistently focus on positive, detailed mental images, you establish a pattern that the subconscious follows faithfully. Each day, your mental pictures act like seeds planted in fertile soil. With consistent attention, faith, and emotion, these seeds grow into tangible outcomes, shaping your reality in harmony with your inner vision. Emotional involvement amplifies the effect of these images, for the subconscious responds to feeling as strongly as it does to thought. When you imagine your success with joy, confidence, and certainty, you are essentially sending a command to the universe, signaling that your vision is not only desired but inevitable. Over time, this consistent practice transforms your mind into a magnet for success. Obstacles diminish, opportunities multiply, and people and circumstances begin to align themselves naturally with your goals. The law is unchanging. What you dwell upon with focus, repetition, and emotional conviction manifests in your life. By maintaining this disciplined approach to positive mental imagery, you ensure that your vision moves from the invisible realm of thought into the visible world of experience. Consistency is the bridge between desire and realization, the channel through which your inner ideas become outer realities. Your imagination, disciplined and persistent, becomes an unstoppable force that turns dreams into living results. As you practice this daily, you create a life in which your vision is no longer a distant hope, but a present and unfolding reality, and the world responds naturally to the power of your focused, repeated, and positively charged thoughts. As we reach the conclusion of this journey, it becomes clear that the power to shape your life and make the world obey your vision lies entirely within your own mind. Every thought you hold, every belief you nurture, and every image you repeatedly impress upon your subconscious acts like a command to the infinite intelligence of the universe. Your mind is not a passive observer of life, it is a creative force, a magnet that attracts circumstances, people, and opportunities in perfect alignment with the clarity and intensity of your vision. When you think with focus, act with faith, and maintain unwavering confidence, the universe itself begins to cooperate with your intentions. Fear and doubt lose their power, obstacles diminish, and doors that once seemed closed open effortlessly. By aligning your conscious and subconscious minds, by cultivating belief and faith, and by holding vivid, emotionally charged images of your goals, you transform mere desire into inevitable reality. Your imagination becomes a blueprint for your life. Your thoughts become the architects of your circumstances, and your repeated mental imagery turns dreams into tangible results. Remember, the world responds not to random or scattered thinking, but to minds that are disciplined, confident, and persistent. The law is unchanging. What you dwell upon with clarity, faith, and emotional conviction manifests in your life. Today you have learned how to harness this law, how to direct your thoughts with precision, and how to magnetize the universe to cooperate with your vision. The moment you fully embrace this truth, you step into a realm of limitless possibilities, where your goals, dreams, and desires are no longer distant hopes, but living realities in the making. Trust in the power of your mind. Think with unwavering purpose, and the world will naturally obey the brilliance and clarity of your vision.